Hi everyone, Ian from DIY Home Gardening. We're into the final week of August, which means that for us in the UK, autumn is not far away. Indeed, we've had some pretty cold evenings already. So I'm sat in front of the chop saw because I'm going to do a bit of a build project. So if I turn the camera around and we can have a look as to what my problem is and what I'm hoping the solution is. So problem lies in this shed. I've got absolutely loads of wood that I need to cut up, all those nicely seasoned logs, and at the moment my back is somewhat knackered, and quite frankly I don't want to be using my little stool that I normally chop on. So this little hop up, normally when I get the chainsaw on the go, I run the log across there, stand on it rather precariously, and then try and chop it, or I'll chop the logs onto the um, stumps of other logs, which again is not very safe. So I was thinking of buying myself a sawhorse. Now I'll flag up, or I'll put up a couple of pictures of the ones I was looking at. But essentially, it's a couple of cross legs at the end, supports through the middle, and you run your log through there, and then you can then just chop it to the correct length. The thing is that they're they're ridiculously expensive. Um, in the UK, I was looking, and cheapest was like £34, going up to about £60. So I thought I might as well make my own. So I've done crude sketches based on some ones I've seen online. I've just spent £7.20 on 6 meters worth of 2x2 timber. I've got these old offcuts which came from that shed when I was re-roofing it last month, and I've got absolutely loads of bolts and screws laying around, so I'm going to make my own. I have, say, crudely drawn it out. I'm going to make it 800mm long, so 80 centimeters long, which is a bit longer than that hop up that I normally use. And because I'm fed up with bending down so low, I'm going to make it 850 or 85 centimeters to the cross of the cross brace, which will make it a nice cutting height with the wooden frame extending up beyond that, so that then I can safely support some logs in there. I'm thinking up to about 25-30 centimeters diameter logs. So that's my plan. Um, these bits of wood, as I say, I've got those. They're too chunky at the moment, so I'm going to get the table saw out that's in the shed and run that through the middle probably to give me my 4 supports, and put the bolts in either end so that I can fold it down. So basically I just need to get chopping. First up, I'm going to cut 4 exterior legs using the 2x1, 2x2, and cut those down to 1 meter on each of the legs. Got the end sections cut down, so 1 meter in length. Going to cut these side supports now. So just going to use the saw table to rip them down. So that's the cross braces ripped down, and then I'm just going to cut them down to 800mm, 80 centimeters in length, because that's going to be the total length of my table horse, which is just a little bit longer than the hop up. So the horizontal panels are obviously stripped down and cut to their lengths. Got the legs cut to their lengths, And I've basically gone through the packet of bolts and things that I had, which was left over from a old table and chair set, and I've got enough screws in there plus bolts to, I think, build the whole thing. So I've not made it quite as high as originally thought or originally planned, but I have gone for a 1 foot opening across the very top of the mouth, and whilst it looks like it's uneven, it isn't. I have I have double checked that the measurements down on each of those uprights is the same, but that give me quite a nice wide supportive stance on that. So yeah, so I've now marked out the other two legs with the centres. Just need to drill through the 8mm holes, which would be for that bolt there. And then what I'm going to do is, when I actually put it together, once the bolt's driven through, I'm going to put a washer on that end with a nut, so then that's just going to allow it to move quite freely when I come to open and close the legs. Yeah, so this is what I've done. Bolt driven through, washer, nut, and that just allows that to move freely, and then I'll replicate it on the other set of legs. Once the other leg's built, then I can then put the cross braces across to attach it to. So the two side supports are on, or cross braces, whatever you want to call them. You'll notice that they're screwed to the outer leg on that side, and then the inner leg on this side. That's because, well, quite frankly, it's easier to cut all the pieces of wood to the same size to begin with than to mess around trying to make sides smaller. So what that should mean, there we are, so that opens up quite nicely there, and then the other two remaining cross beams will then fit exactly from this, which is now becomes the outer one, to that, which is the inner one. So second side's done. Just show you. So that's how it opens out. Now I wasn't quite sure as to why all the designs I'd seen online had an intermediate piece of wood through there, and that it didn't go to the base. And then it occurred to me that if you put it all the way to the floor and you're kind of resting it as I am on uneven ground, then it's always going to be a bit rickety. So we just leave legs as they are, and then the supportive, or the middle bar, if you like, will then come up secured from this base running upwards. Okay, so put in that bar there, this one, which represents my 25cm position to allow me to cut the logs to the correct spacing. And that was fine, that worked. And then when I put in my trial piece of wood, I then found that it actually kind of slipped because it wasn't supported anywhere else. So subsequently, I've then put an intermediate post, which is that one there, slap bang in the middle. So that's all my timber work done. And then, because you can see that there's a good chance that it will splay, I'm now going to put a support across the base. I've got some old rope, so I'm going to just use that, much like my granddad used to have to stabilise his ladders. So that's going to go across as a stabilising cord. So I found this old piece of towing rope, which actually is going to be quite ideal. Can't use it for towing a car anymore because it doesn't meet specifications, but for this, be all right. And it's got the eye already moulded in, so I'm thinking that actually, if I wanted to, when this is secured in, I could then actually hang this whole unit from a wall, take up less floor space. So just feeding it through there, and that gives me a stop on that side, and then I can then push it through there, and then using the old trusty tape measure, work out at what point I get to my chosen width, which is there. So that's the full span of that rope then. So at that point, I just need to secure this off so that it's not going to slip beyond that 25 centimetre, and that will always open up to there. So my old hop up, doubling up as my saw horse for chainsawing on and everything else, and a new one. This is what I've made. So you can see they've put the tie in down the bottom, so stops these legs from splaying outwards. I'd also seen on some other designs about having a rope fixing, which I thought, yeah, it's a pretty good idea, having a rope that goes around it. But I found this bungee cord in the garage, a couple of old IKEA brackets, so one on there, one on the other side, and that just holds the log nicely in place. Again, saves having to hold it all the time. This has taken me 2 hours 42 minutes to build. Yeah, I could have probably done it quicker, and certainly if I was doing it or building another one, I could do it a hell of a lot quicker. But so in terms of what it's costing materials and labour, it probably is about the same as the most expensive one. But just materials only, then yeah, less than a tenner, so I can't complain. I have got another set of nuts as well, which once I tighten these up, I'm going to put a secondary nut onto it as well, just to make sure that it doesn't loosen off. Not that it will do anyway once it's done up. But yeah, essentially that is my chainsaw sawhorse finished. So that's it, project done. Making myself a chainsaw sawhorse for a lot less than online pricing. Obviously, like I said, it's taken me near on 3 hours to build the thing, but it's a hell of a lot stronger than anything that I'd seen available. Certainly miles stronger than the Oregon metal ones that I'd seen out of the local DIY type places. So yeah, video done. If you've got any questions, then obviously send the questions to me. I'll do my best to answer them for you. If you've liked the video, and hopefully you have, then please subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit the reminder button so don't miss out on the future videos. And I always say it, but just enjoy yourself, have fun, and why not just give it a go? If you think that you might be able to make it, give it a go. Got nothing to lose other than, say, this, potentially 10 quid. But yeah, till next time, bye for now.